The ANC faithful are singing and dancing inside the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban ahead of the party's manifesto launch this morning. The official program is scheduled to start soon, but throngs of people are still making their way into the venue. Newzroom Africa's politics contributing editor Juniour joins us now to give us a sense of where we are, as well as Newzroom Africa's Juniour. Khumalo Juniour will come to you in a few moments, but Juniour, according to the official program of the ANC, 9:30 to 2 p.m. This refers to the formal program during which the leadership will be on stage and the speeches delivered. It is 9 o'clock, due to start in 13 minutes. How are things looking?
Thank you, Dudu. I am indeed at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, where the ANC, of course, is preparing for that big speech that will be given by its president, Cyril Ramaphosa, as he launches the governing party's manifesto for the May 29 election. And with me is Sonso Duma, who is, of course, the chairperson of the ANC in this host province of KwaZulu-Natal. Armstrong, how are you feeling?
Very pleasing. Thank you so much, Brother Vuyo, for affording us this opportunity. Greetings to your viewers at home. I'm feeling very well. The mood is scintillating, as you can see.
Of course, I mean, the choice of this province is a deliberate one. You would have seen among the third biggest party tried to fill this stadium a couple of weeks ago. Just your sense about how people are going to show up today for this important event.
I'm sure you saw, beginning of the week, everything has been at the level of high performance. We took the president to Inanda, where John Langalwale Dube grew up, around that area. I'm sure it was full packed. You saw as well. Yesterday we had make a seat with the president. The mall stood still. It couldn't move. So people are excited with the province of KwaZulu-Natal. It's true that historically the first president of the ANC comes from this province. Ilembe Ushaka comes from this province. But the king who was given an honorary status, King Dinuzulu as well, was the king who contributed in the 1912 conference. So it is known, well known, that it has produced a lot of heroes and heroism. Mama Mklenge comes from this province. So we are clinical in terms of every time the ANC is in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, we win. It was here in 2019, we got 57%. So we think that the resounding sound of Moses Mabhida, because this is iconic stadium which was built by the new dispensation, the ANC, and many other milestones. So we're here for that reason. And for the numbers, as you know, we are the biggest province of the ANC in South Africa.
Of course, I mean, filling up a 56,000 people capacity stadium is different from showing up in a mall, and that, of course, coming on the back of significant losses that you suffered in the last election, where the numbers of your MPLs in the provincial legislature was reduced. So it's not a small mountain to climb.
Just like an eagle, from time to time it will suffer some immense losses, then it will rise again. In actual, Moses Mabhida is 65,000. Then 10,000 on the pitch. So it means we must fill 75,000. We've also prepared for the outside pitch of People's Park. It means that we are well prepared. We understand the concept of stadiumology, but it does have an impact that when people are at the stadium listening to the value proposition and the presentation of the manifesto, they always understand what the ANC is going to do. I think as the time, because we've spoken about other parties, when the ANC is challenged, it becomes more solid. We become more closer, we close rank and we go for one battlefield and face the enemy.
Of course, just when you thought you were confident you have everything under control, then comes your former president. You must be having sleepless nights if the people who have shown up at his rallies around KZN are anything to go by.
It's true, we were disappointed, we didn't expect this, but I wouldn't want to say that sleepless nights, not really. I'm sure himself understands that when you attack the ANC, it does close rank. It happened during his era as well. So Madiba, in his time, the poll said, no, ANC is not going to perform. It performed worse. in terms of the polls, very good for the ANC. During the two-third majority, people say, no, the ANC is done and dusted. It's the same. The polls are suggesting the same. So I wouldn't want to say that this new formation automatically means something, because the ANC is still closer on the ground, still working hard for service delivery, and a lot of things has happened. I'm sure you heard a lot of chain swallows saying that if this ANC was not the organization that is leading the government, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be a captain of the ship, I wouldn't be a pilot, I wouldn't be a female engineer. All those issues, it is as a result of the harvest, it is as the result of the blood of Solomon Mahlangu, who fought and died for this country. It is as a result of Mapai, it is as a result of Andrew Zondo and many other heroes of the MK who were at the level of facing the cold front of the apartheid regime.
Of course, going forward, the next 100 or so days are going to be critical, and your organization, from what we know, doesn't have the kind of access to the kind of resources that it has had access to in the past. How well are you doing financially to be able to mount the best campaign you can possibly muster?
If we survive and stood the test of time during the apartheid regime, I think the ANC will still do what is required, because our strength is the machinery on the ground, volunteers and the people that they defend the revolution, which is why we always defend and highlight that the ANC is composed of volunteers, but the ANC is being voted by the communities, by the societies, which is why we are also declared as the leader of the society. As long as our vision is clearer, I'm sure you heard the president articulating on January 8, what are we going to do? In fact, the students are waiting for a lot of, in terms of NEFSAS, people are expecting a lot of water, people are expecting a lot of electricity. So all those matters, the issue of service delivery, the issue of infrastructure, the issue of industrialization in the country, the issue of land, people know that it is only the ANC that have started the journey that is going to address the issue of imbalances and the universal access in rural areas, in township. It is the ANC that can only transform and build new people who are going to be regarded as entrepreneurs.
Let me thank you very much for your time. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
That, of course, is the ANC chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal. Confident, you heard, that they are going to fill up this 56,000 capacity stadium. They've even catered for an overflow area. In other words, expecting, as he said, over 70,000 people to gather here on this occasion of their launch of their party's election manifesto. Well, we'll be here for the next few hours to witness that. But my colleague, Juniour Khumalo, is, of course, on the other side of the stadium where the party faithful are gathering. Perhaps he can give us a perspective from his vantage point as to what is happening there where he is.
We are here on the pitch where performances have started happening. The stadium is still a bit empty, but right now Big Zulu, the performing artist, is on the field, and a lot of the ANC supporters are actually being entertained here. But before we go to the entertainment, we have the ANC's first Deputy Secretary, Nomvula Mokonyane, just to give us an update on what is happening. Why are there some delays? Ma, thank you so much for joining us. There are a bit of delays in terms of people coming into the stadium. What is the challenge, and does the ANC expect to start on time?
We started on time from yesterday. eThekwini has been above, and the gates were opened here, and there was sweeping. People are coming in. We are on time. The president will be speaking here by 12 o'clock, and by that time the stadium will definitely be full. We're quite elated also because it is not just ordinary members of the ANC. We have come across supporters, ordinary voters who are saying we want to hear the message from Comrade President about the future of this country for the coming 5 years.
Speaking about the message from the President, during the 2019 manifesto, the ANC has acknowledged that it has not been able to fulfill some of the things that it promised to South Africans. What is going to be different this time around? Is the ANC going to announce commitments that are implementable, or what's going to be different?
We're going to present not only the commitments we are making, but also an implementation plan that will be assessed on an annual basis, something that is very unusual for any manifesto. Learning from our past, we are improving on how things should be done so that South Africans don't wait for 5 years to hear the progress. But we are quite elated because a lot has been done. Good things that we couldn't do in the 5th administration have been done in the 6th administration. With the challenges of COVID, with the challenges of the floods, we have to deal with issues of water crisis, energy security, unemployment, not only of young people, but also ordinary South Africans, including those who have given up on looking for jobs.
The ANC, the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, has proclaimed the date of the elections as the 29th of May. After this manifesto launch, what is the ANC going to be doing to ensure that it wins back its support from South Africa?
We will be going back to the voter. We believe in voter contact. This will be what we'll be carrying to each and every voter in a house, in a village, in a suburb, in groups, in sectors, but most importantly, every individual voter will be contacted by our volunteers. We're contesting these elections on a voting district basis, where there will be a voting station. We've got our ground forces, where there is a ward, a region, a province. But the most important thing, we are contesting every voting district in the country.
Speaking about contesting every voting district, we know that some of the provinces that are expected to be hotly contested are KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. Is the ANC going to be putting particular attention to those two provinces?
Every province is very important, but of course we will defend our own base and entering what is the terrain of the opposition. Of course, KZN and Gauteng are very strategic, not only in terms of the population, but also for the future of this country. Imagine if the ANC will actually shy away from saying, we are interested in defending KwaZulu-Natal. We are committed in defending Gauteng. Yes, we also want to take the Western Cape.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. That is the ANC's first Deputy Secretary, Nomvula Mokonyane, just giving us an idea of what the ANC is set to do leading up to, after this manifesto launch. She's saying that the ANC is going to put a concerted effort in provinces such as KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng, which are expected to be hotly contested. But I'll allow my camera operator colleague, Ukitumezi, to just show you what is happening in the stadium right now. The site that he's showing you right now is almost entirely full, but as he pans, you will see that there are some empty chairs that are still very visible in the stadium. The ANC expects to start at 10 o'clock, but given the situation in the stadium, there is no indication that they might start on time.